Meantime, we're actually going to start with a reaction to a video. I haven't done a reaction in a bit. And I do need consistency on this YouTube shit. So let me look something up real quick while I get my doinky right. And then yeah. This situation with Ty Lil. Yo, Lex, what the fuck? Lex, what are you doing, gang? Lex, what are you doing, gang? I think you're mistaken on what you're doing. You're timing out, gang, bro. Relax. I untimed out. Like, relax, my guy. What are you doing? Welcome to the stream, my boy. But yeah, dude, bro, gang. I'm not gonna lie, I know. You don't know what you're doing here. You just here to watch and support the game. But this situation right here with Ty Lil and Jourdin, Pauline, like porn star name if I ever heard one. I mean, come on. Like Black Chocolate, like, you know what I'm saying? Thunder Drop, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it just be the rhyming kind of like schematic type names that just be kind of hitting on the, you know, but no disrespect to her. But she definitely tried to defame Ty Lil, and he disproved everything. I kind of got a backstory on everything. But I do want to kind of like, I just kind of like want to see what happens afterwards. You know what I'm saying? The aftermath, because he definitely went in and hit the, you know what I'm saying? Like, you try to defame me, so I'm suing you. We had a one-night stand, and you said that we didn't consensually, you know what I'm saying, have adult time, you know what I'm saying, have some feng shui in the bedroom. But whole tea, there's a whole video of you asking me, was this a one-night stand? Meaning you are acknowledging that you consented to having sexual relations with this gentleman, and then said, give me 2,000. So now, like, as Don had said in a previous video of his, we know how much that box worth. $2,000 for somebody of her stature. It's absolutely insane. There are allegations going on with this young man here, from this young lady here who's upset that she was wrapped up in a one-night stand after telling his girlfriend, hey, your man unfaithful. And then next thing you know, he's like, I'm not being affected by it. She said, bet. Next thing you know, she took it a step up and said, now I've been sexually assaulted, which we don't play with that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Take it very seriously. We believe women off bat, and it's guilty until proven innocent. You know what I'm saying? With all those types of things. If you can't prove yourself innocent, my nigga, you need God in your life and probably an ass whooping. But you know what I'm saying? He was able to dispel and disprove a lot of these things, because before she did any of that, she said, God bless you. She was saying, like, I wish the best for you. I don't know anybody that was, you know what I'm saying, I thought I was playing Ark. We are playing Ark. I'm rolling in the meantime, and I you know what I'm saying, I got to do something in the meantime. And I also need content for the YouTube. So, yeah, we got to get into this. So I'm going to just go ahead and let the video roll. Now she hate all black men.
I don't like you black niggas. I really don't. And this is a prime example. What the fuck are we talking about?
Wow.
I don't like Ty Lil.
So she a coon too. Well, there that goes. All right, man, let's go ahead and check this out, because this Jourdin Pauline chick, bro, she has lost.
One thing about me is I definitely want to stay up with relevant topics and times. But when it comes to certain things, I'm definitely going to be on top of it. If it's not your cup of tea, you ain't got to watch it, bro. Even if you're one of my boys, you know, everything isn't made for everybody. But when it comes to like certain topics and things of that nature, especially when it revolves in the streaming community, as a black creator, I feel like I got to be tapped in, bro. I feel like I have to be tapped in. That's just what it is, what it be.
Lost any last bit of anybody
I'll be
trying
back later.
to like
Bet.
even give her any benefit of the doubt. I
Hey,
think
Raider,
that shit
don't
just
shoot.
went out the window, bro. That shit is gone, because she just went on Instagram last night and she crashed out so crazy, bro. You gotta hear the wild shit that this girl is saying in this video. Nah, this chick, she truly scum of the earth, bro. Check this out.
Update. Now, I mean, she was already scum of the earth. When you throw out something very serious like that at somebody just for petty bullshit, after asking them for money to make them like hush hush, it would have, she literally verbatim said, it would have all been swept under the rug had you just given up some money or apologize. She said an apology goes a long way. But apologize for what? for having consensual sex with another adult, what do I have to apologize for? Apologize to my girl that has nothing to do with you. After the fact of, you know what I'm saying, the fact that they had sexual intercourse when he should have been being faithful. I mean, that's on him to deal with afterwards. I mean, you're not the girlfriend, so you don't technically need the apology. And then as well, she walked herself in that situation. Apparently she lost her phone and it was with Ty Lil and them. Whole T, after you get your device, you're supposed to leave, right? That was the plan. But Whole T, she went back to his hotel. And then even as Young Don pointed out, there are bathrooms. She said, I think objective completed. She got the phone. Needed to use the bathroom, asked him, can I go up to your hotel room instead of using the public downstairs bathroom? Which I can understand. Don did point that out in a previous video. But for me, I'm like, yeah, I mean, a woman's going to be like, I want to use a cleaner bathroom that may be set off to the side. Yeah, I can understand that. But at the same time, yeah, a hotel is going to make sure their lobby bathrooms are pretty good. And if you go to any restaurant or anything like that, those bathrooms are probably 10 times worse than any hotel bathroom. On God. So, I mean, granted, there may be a little bit of justification there. I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt, just like Don was. But I mean, with all the evidence, she's just petty. She's petty. And these accusations and things of this nature, especially against, like, you know what I'm saying, like people who are well known or have a little bit of status or maybe even famous, that shit needs to have some type of ramifications. It needs to have some type of ramifications for people to be like, oh, like, I'm not going to just constantly accuse people, ruin their lives, ruin their careers. Some people, they do that shit just to get you locked up and then come down the line. You're proven innocent. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, guilty until proven innocent. So, I mean, it's like a fuck. How do you say it? It's like a slippery slope. But if you know you're on the good side of things, stay on that good fight, bro. Literally stay on that good fight. Support those who need to be supported. And you know what I'm saying? That's all there is to it. That's all there is to it. Let's continue the video.
I'm asexual for a reason. I don't like niggas. I don't like the way niggas even smell.
She said, I'm made sexual for a reason. Yeah, because the sex sells. We know that. But it's like you hate your audience. You hate your target audience. It might be time to find a new career at that point. If you hate your target audience, I mean, there's no point in continuing to be within that frame of mind. Meaning, I mean, even when you check out her social media, it's all thirst trap, sexualized posts and things of that nature. So what do you think you're going to attract? You're going to attract those type of people. If you want a quote unquote high value man, which I don't think any of those, like, you can conceptually think that exists, but in all reality, a good person is a good person. They don't need a title to validate the fact that they're a good person. Somebody, you know what I'm saying? Play that back right quick and re-listen to what I just said.
You niggas disgust me.
Damn.
Like, niggas really OD disgust me. Like, honestly.
OD?
Yeah.
They disgust me.
Really?
That's New York slang.
How you in a whole full-blown relationship and you still... And it's not even...
Well, my thing is, you knew that, though. You knew he was in a relationship, I think. No, actually, never mind. Actually, I don't think he disclosed that because he even said when my partner called me, she got upset. So maybe she didn't know prior and was like, oh, like, you know what I'm saying? I like Ty Lil. He's a pretty attractive man. She sounds like she has New York dialect within her tone. You know what I'm saying? Who knows where she's from? I don't. I just now figuring out she existed yesterday or so when the whole situation came out. Motherfuckers asking me, did you know about the Ty Lil situation? Have you seen it? Have you heard anything about it? I was like, absolutely not. I'm not gonna lie. After Mafia-thon and I mean the Clover Boys and things of that nature, I kind of fell off of watching them. And I was like big on watching them, especially when, like, you know, clip farmers were coming out and stuff like that, kind of taking notes, and Streamer University and all that stuff, keeping up with Costin at school, which is amazing that he's actually still really focused on getting that done. He has a lot of stuff that he wants to focus on, and mental health is one of his big points right now. That's something else I wanted to talk about, is like people kind of shitting on him talking about mental health and anime and Rakai, laughing at him and stuff like that. That's legit. He don't know shit. Anime could drag you out of fucking anything, bro. Like, I feel like anything. If that's your frame of mind of where you kind of like can see where it has a great compass, a great sense of moral compass. Because it explores so many different things. The amount of fantasy that's in there that they explore is insane, in my opinion. So, you know, there may be topics or frames of mind that you maybe get a sense of by watching anime, and kind of like even anime you may not like, you know what I'm saying? You might just have to stick it through and you're like, oh, I hate this anime. It can give you a frame of mind on people that you don't understand IRL, because it's just people writing stories. And stories are what we've used in thousands of years since prehistoric times to tell and teach next generations and things of that nature. So I feel like it all has some type of cohesion, you know?
I don't give a fuck about the relationship. Let's talk about moral compasses, guys.
You want to talk
about fucking full circle. Am I right? Damn. Like, god damn. That shit was like on time.
About moral compasses.
Jealous and evil? Who would be jealous of a broken home, of a bitch suffering with a malicious, cheating ass nigga? Who would be jealous of that?
The one who fucked him.
Clearly you. The fuck?
The one who fucked him.
Let's not forget.
And is still attacking him
really
after that.
Started once you heard his girl call the phone after he just finished, you know what I'm saying?
Busting that load on your shit. You know what I'm saying? You got upset that he had a girl for real in the background, which, like I said, he's not justified in that situation. He's going to have to deal with that. We know that. But whereas you could have left that to fester with him, you know what I'm saying? And him dealing with his own shit, you started to double, triple, quadruple down on him trying to get back. You literally sent him a $2,000 invoice saying, for playing with me. Number 4, play in WME. So, like, you know what I'm saying? You kind of exasperated the situation afterwards when you could have just left it as is and let him, you know what I'm saying, be in trouble or deal with what his consequences were. But you said he playing with you. You know what I'm saying? You said he disrespected you. And then after that, because honestly, if you felt that as if you were, I mean, honestly, like, to be honest, people can realize they were sexually assaulted even after the fact. That's not something that's not the issue here. What the issue is that you didn't claim any of that prior until you said, I'm going to show you who I really am. And then immediately after that, you said he sexually assaulted you. Then he comes out with the video where y'all had a conversation after having sex, where he's basically not trying to talk to you. He's not like pressing you and things of that nature. You know, he's kind of trying to just like, you know, you invited yourself to his hotel. It just all sounds really, really bad. And, you know, even when you came out and said he is a rapist on Twitter, that got taken down. You deleted that. I have no problem calling somebody out like that. And if it's true, keeping that shit up. But if we throwing shit out just to throw it out, just to get it back at people, that is not a good look. Holy hell. Her career is like on a fucking thread right now, bro.
Getting down and dirty with you, which I know for a fact, Ty Lil, this gotta be his biggest regret in his entire life in terms of messing around.
Bro, some things that guys got to understand is that, like, just like girls hold that coochie to a high standard, bro, sometimes you got to hold that dick to a high standard, my nigga. Sometimes you got to realize, if I give this girl this, you know what I'm saying, this work, how do I even know this person truthfully? You got to realize I'm giving up something too. You're not just giving up your box. I'm giving up the dick. You might be crazy after. You never know. That's why. And then, like, it all comes full circle, like I said, because people be having kids with people they don't, you know what I'm saying, you regret having kids with. And it was that one night. You never know. You don't know this person's character. You don't know this person truthfully. Y'all relationship was toxic and you kept forcing it to work. It's just, there's so many things. There's so many layers. There's so many things. You can't foresee it all. You cannot foresee it all. But hindsight is 2025. 2020, but we just saying 2025. You know what I'm saying? Damn.
I'm with a chick, bro. It gotta be.
Of a bare minimum ass nigga that's fucking on any bitch he can, then coming back to you.
But the niggas that's fucking on any bitch they can is getting the bitches to fuck them. Like, what are you talking about? There is a trade off.
You with his dirty
somewhere.
dick. Who's jealous?
You had to be, because why are you
attacking them afterwards?
Why didn't you just move on then? Huh? Why you ain't just move on?
Yeah, if you know your
wanted
worth.
to break up their relationship. For what? For why? Why then?
Why?
You were jealous. You were hurt. You were hurt that bro said, I'd rather stay with my chick. I'd rather not mess things up with my chick than be with you.
You have your feelings involved, which is not wrong.
He fucked up fucking with you in the first place when he does have a girlfriend.
Right.
Right? He should have been faithful. He would have avoided
cool.
this entire situation if he was faithful. Obviously, him being unfaithful does not mean that he deserves for somebody to go on the internet and lie and say that he
to this degree
assaulted somebody when that didn't happen, right? And that's definitely how I'm convinced at this point. I'm 1,000% convinced. There ain't none she could say that could ever make me think that
he
there
did
was
that shit.
even any degree of miscommunication. But check this out, bro. This shit gets way worse.
What I gotta be?
Even if she tried to hold up the argument that she was drunk the night before, bro. Y'all had the conversation when he recorded the video at 7 a.m. and you left at 8 a.m. You told this man, I'm not getting in a Toyota. Who the fuck you think I am, nigga? Period. And then afterwards, he was like, all right, I'm going to get you the black truck you want. But then you come out an hour later, or no, what? I think it was like a few hours later. She came out and said, oh, he assaulted me. You're constantly in communication with this man over and over again. You gave up the box and you're upset about it. You regret it. It's okay to have regrets like that. Why don't you come out and say he's a terrible human being for doing shit like that? You know what I'm saying? Then his name would have been defamed in that way. You didn't have to go that far. You had to lay on moral compass at least. Damn.
What the fuck I gotta be jealous about? What the fuck? Who would want Ty? What are we talking about? Like, what is the conversation right now, y'all?
Why you go up to his room then? Why didn't you use the bathroom downstairs in the hotel lobby? Why did you ask to go and use the bathroom upstairs?
And this is what I was talking about.
Come on, man.
This shit is...
Why you invite yourself into his space when you didn't have to? He even stated multiple times, she asked me to come up to my room when she did not have to. I'm staying at a really, actually, and I had to check that right quick. The hotel they were staying at is a high-end hotel where celebrities can feel safe. What's wrong with the bathroom downstairs?
Beyond disrespectful to me and my moral compass and who the fuck I am. If you know me, you know me. And if you know me, you know I don't fuck with
you can know somebody and not know them at all.
Niggas like that.
Gang.
What do you mean, niggas?
Trust me.
What do you mean, niggas like that? What do you mean, niggas like that?
New Yorkians.
She about to tell you what she mean by niggas
Hood
like
niggas.
that.
I like white niggas.
There it is.
Yeah, there you go. This shit is fucking sad, bro. Holy.
If I did talk to a man, I like white boys. Yeah, I don't like black boys.
There it is. There it is.
Bro, this is...
See, like who you like, love who you love.
No. Yeah, but this is top tier coonery. Like, she's on the coonigan, the back coonigans. The backyardigans, but the coonigans. Holy, what the fuck?
You don't like, you know what I'm saying? You got a preference for white guys? Do your thing.
You can have that.
But
like shitting on another group of people because you had a bad experience is what we literally argue with white people on a consistent basis. What have we learned from black fatigue? When we said, oh, black fatigue isn't about being tired of black people. And then, you know what I'm saying? A subset group of white people, it was like, Yeah, let me take that. And it's like, I'm so tired of black people. They're just so fucking ignorant. They're just so, like, you can't go to a grocery store without one of them fucking arguing about the price of a cheese block. Broke motherfucker. EBT motherfucker. Hard R. Like, that's not what black fatigue is. But, alas, you still got a place to put your points and your views out there, though. You still get that home to do that, you know? Regardless of what type of speech, whether it be hate speech or positivity that you put out there, you still get a home to put it on the internet at least, so we can see who your character really is. We can see who you really are.
Now she's saying she don't like black guys. You feel me? She don't like niggas.
All of a sudden.
Why do you let him crack though?
All of a sudden.
Let him crack? And why were you so pressed about him the next day? You blowing up his phone. You like, what you doing? Oh, did you not get my last text message?
Bro,
my
chat.
phone.
If y'all seen, she was back to back texting this nigga. All of a sudden, we don't like niggas. We don't like niggas.
This clip.
But you like when I was in that bed laying that shit down on your shit. Holy tea. You asking me, this a one night stand? Are you? I just don't want this to be a one night stand though. I just don't want this to be the one night stand. But let me remind you, sir, I don't like niggas though. Especially you.
You would just apologize. All of this could have been swept under the rug. What happened to all of that? You was clearly pressed about, bro.
God bless you and all.
You realized he was ghosting.
God bless you and all, bro. I'm sorry. Over under how many pauses? We're not doing that today.
You, and he didn't want to take things
I
further.
feel flex in
and
spirit.
he realized that you was crazy. It's probably that more than anything else. Once you started moving funny in the bed, he was like, oh, yeah, I got to stay away from this chick.
And he said in his video, I'm sorry to keep pausing, I told y'all. But he literally said, I started recording for my safety. That probably was the biggest, like, life-saving piece of evidence that he's probably ever going to have. And he's literally probably, and like, honestly, I'm not going to lie. I'm the type of, I would never put my hands on a woman unless she's literally threatening my life, literally. Then it's self-defense, obviously. And I'm going to literally die, then yeah, I'll protect myself. But other than that, say that again for the camera, my nigga. No. Wait. Just say that again for the camera right quick. I just need to get that one more time. Or audio recordings. You just slide that bitch in your pocket. Or you have cameras in your home. If it's my bedroom and I'm the only one that have access to it, shit. Oh, actually, never mind. No, because you don't want to be caught up in saying that you got stuff on people and stuff like that. Yeah, no, it'll be outside of the bedroom. It'll be out, obviously, because like I have cameras in my living room and stuff like that. I got them for my job, and that's where they go. It's literally for that. So if I go in the other room and you asking me questions and certain things of that nature, or I know exactly what happened, that's the thing. People think behind closed doors, not everything is, you know what I'm saying? Not everything can still be put out publicly. You know, it's hearsay. Literally, you could say I did something, but it's technically hearsay. But with situations like this, you are guilty until proven innocent. I don't care if it's fucking my little brother, my cousin, shit. It could be me. That's just what it has to be. It has to be that way. It has to be that way because we need to protect women. Just not one's doing shit like this. Not one's doing shit like this. It's important to know the difference, bro.
By then, it was too late. He had already stumbled into poisonous waters.
Yeah, I'm saying it. I don't give a fuck. I don't like you black niggas. I really don't. And this is a prime example. What the fuck are we talking about?
Wow.
I don't like Tylil.
So she a coon too. Well, there that goes. There that goes. Any chances, any last bit of hope that you had that anyone was going to support? You think what you think? You think white people about to now come to your rescue and side with you?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned,
absolutely not.
Tylil has already
a small, very minor small portion.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I was still leaving a little tiny room for the possibility that maybe you had some kind of additional evidence. I was like 95% convinced that Tylil was, you know what I'm saying, he ain't doing not a single.
I heard that shit and I was like, damn, Ty, it's up. Like, pretty much, like, every video usually is titled, he's cooked. You know what I'm saying? Cause like, bro, it's just all bad at that point. It's just all bad. For real.
Thing wrong besides be unfaithful to his girl, but now I'm 100% sure. See, if she had more evidence, if there was anything left, she would just be crashing out
Throwing
by
them
showing
shits
that
out there,
shit right
right?
now. Still, she wouldn't be moving in a way that would be wise from a legal point of view.
Right.
But if she was going to crash out in any type of way, it would be to expose other shit that
the
she
lies.
had not yet revealed.
Yeah.
She has nothing. Because this was always nothing except a bitter chick that felt, you know what I'm saying, like she just got, as they say, pumped and dumped. You know what I'm saying? Cracked and then tossed to the side. And that's why you went off and lied on this dude. And
But even still, until the end of the case, we are not forming opinions on who's right and who's wrong. It's just this in this situation. You know what I'm saying? It's just like when you look at it before everything is literally said and done, because it has to be done before we can move forward and just, you know, okay, Tyler is completely, you know what I'm saying, off the hook, or she's completely off the hook. You know what I'm saying? It's literally such a slippery slope. You have to be so careful with stuff like this. And that's why we have judicial systems. We can have an opinion still, you know, we can still have an opinion. It's just when it comes down to actually like saying like I'm taking somebody's side. We not doing none of that until the whole story come out. I need a video encapsulating everything. You know what I'm saying? Before I actually like, hey, you know what I'm saying, chat, we are on so-and-so side. We are on so-and-so side. And generally, I don't give a fuck about that shit. I try to stay out of that shit because like I'm just seeing from whose standpoint, who was in the right. You know what I'm saying? If this person was wrong, they need to take accountability. If this person was wrong, they need to take accountability. The person that was in the right needed to just figure out how they can live their life from that point moving forward. You know what I'm saying? And that's just it.
False allegations. But now look at you. Who gonna fuck with you after this? Crazy.
Way. It's fades on site. Because I should have whooped his ass that night. But I was being nice.
This chick,
ma'am, I don't know if you've seen the size difference between you and Tylil. I understand like girls think they're feisty and stuff like that, but please don't put yourself in danger trying to take justice into your own hands. A lot of times it doesn't work out. I'm just saying a lot of times it doesn't work out. If you have older brothers, call them. You got family members, a boyfriend, an uncle, dad, somebody. Call somebody. At least have somebody on your side that can be with you for your safety. Even if you're in the wrong, you need to have somebody there for your safety. And if you're on the receiving end of that as a man, separate yourself. Don't put yourself in harm's way to be right or to be on top of the situation. Literally, this world is going to shit.
Trying to set black women back fucking 200 years.
I'm done beating niggas. I should have beat his ass that night. And that nigga would have came on stream with 2 black guys, which I should have did.
And now she thinks she tough too. This girl is psycho, bro. This is a psycho girl. That's really why Tyler ghosted her. You know what I'm saying?
Now you threaten him. Now you threaten him.
I think it had nothing to do with him wanting to start being faithful to his girl. He ghosted her because he realized that you were crazy. Yeah.
He may not have an issue.
We definitely
keeping
see
his
who
girl.
You are now. Ain't no coming back from this. Whew. I mean, I don't know if his girl gonna stay with him after this, but if she does, I hope he starts to treat.
Yeah, because honestly, that was a thing that he had said. He was like, she followed up with the rest of that shit because at the end of the day, we all know Tyler Chance could literally just find another girl. It wasn't hard for him to get her while he has a girl. Why do you think it's going to be hard for him afterwards? Yeah, they're going to know he's a cheater. But most of these girls out here be cheating too. And then he could choose to just be like, I'm not going to be in a relationship. I just want to sling my shit around. And he has the right to do that as long as it's between 2 consenting adults. It's crazy.
That girl.
She's trying to be Batman and take shit into her own hands. You're not a vigilante, twin. You're not. You're just not. That's just how you're built. You're not. You're built like you good for some photos and, you know what I'm saying? And acting and stuff like that. Go do that. Stop trying to be Batman in the streets and shit, twin, like saving relationships and shit. You're clearly not looking to do that either. So what are we doing? What are we doing? You're putting so much stock into somebody else's life. You could have went out and made some money. Aren't you famous or something? Holy shit.
Right, bro. I hope he starts to stay
post.
faithful. Shit like this will make a guy tighten up. Shit like this, I won't be surprised if Tyler will find Jesus now. You know what I'm saying? He find Jesus and
apparently he already has Jesus.
He proposed to his girl. I would not be surprised. Apparently Young Thug just proposed to Mariah the Scientist too. You feel me? Where shit like this will get a man to be like, you know what, I'm done fucking with these hoes, man, altogether.
Not gonna lie, if you just a straightforward, got your head on straight ass nigga, bro, you already done with these hoes because you see them online, bro. You literally see them everywhere, bro. You don't gotta worry about dodging them through a scrutiny system and shit like that. You literally could just look. The wisest man is one who learns from others' mistakes. They observe, they watch, they internalize it, and they learn from a collective, not from the shadow of their own experiences, but from a collective knowledge. You know what I'm saying?
He doesn't like black guys, but she was flirting with DDG. Nah, this chick is just a straight up demon, bro. Straight up clout goblin. And like I said in the video responding to Ty Lil's response, this is why dudes don't believe women, bro. This is why dudes don't believe women. It definitely
makes it hard. It's like the boy who cried wolf. Over and over again. You see these types of situations, it does make it harder to be like, oh, this person is right. I mean, obviously, like I said, we live by our rule. Guilty until proven innocent. Because innocent until proven guilty, half the time don't work. We be giving motherfuckers stock and then be like, oh, like the Corey Kitchen situation with his ex. And then she was like, bro, don't defame this nigga. Like, nothing happened. Why did you dress it up that way? Oh, because I was talking about how I experienced it. So then you think he assaulted you. No. And we're like, what are we doing here? What are we doing here? Genuinely, what are we doing here?
And still, it don't make it right, because really, when you take that kind of logic, you take that kind of position, how's that any different than the one white dude who got robbed by a black guy,
and then blames every black guy
by a black woman, and so they are just now racist against black people? That's Nick Fuentes' entire argument. Even though the grand majority of women who do report rapes never take it to the internet, they go to the police.
Yeah, they go to the police and they keep it quiet. You want to know a crazy
statistic? On average, about 8% of women who report rapes to the police actually see that man being convicted of a crime.
Yeah, it's sad as fuck.
I don't believe that 92% of women who report rapes to the police are lying. And so we know a large portion of women who even do take shit to the police, even when something bad happens to them, they don't see any justice.
They don't see any justice.
I kind of like try to give women the benefit of the doubt. I understand why women take it to the internet. This is why I don't assume that they're just...
Because they'd be like, the internet will serve more justice than the actual fucking cops half the time, bro. It's sad. It's atrocious, bro. On God.
Clout chasing. Because in our reality, even if the guy did something, nothing gonna come out of that. Because unless bro was dead ass like lurking in the bushes and grabbed her and like
TMZ type
beat her up and put bruises all over her and raped her, is a good chance nothing's gonna come out of it. Because... you know what I'm saying? Like, if a girl gets raped.
Even like 70%, I believe, is the statistic. But I believe I think it's like 70% or so of like murders are never solved. You think an American cop in today's age got the fucking brain cells and tenacity to go out and look for like a serial killer at that rate? That's on a whole different scale. They got people to do that, but I feel like nowadays motherfuckers are just like, I don't want to do this shit, man. Cops always on my ass. I can't get a break. Now I gotta go find another murderer. Like, be for real. It's not like murderers don't get more and more creative with all the things that they can and do. They can do. Holy fuck.
On a date or... you know what I'm saying? She was at a party. They're just, unless there's video evidence or an eyewitness, or she has like clear indications that she was really manhandled, it's pretty hard to convince a jury outside
especially
of
when you were free to leave. You had the complete autonomy to do what you wanted at the hotel that you went to. You know what I'm saying? He's not Diddy. He's not beating you down the hallway of an entire building and shit on camera. I don't know, bro.
Of a doubt, beyond.
I'm just a little streamer nigga that got an opinion, you know what I'm saying, on current events that may be happening in this world.
Reasonable doubt that a man for sure did that shit. I'm not saying that's all just because the world hates women. It kind of is a hard crime to prove one way or another. As sad as it is that there are women out there who have been assaulted and don't get any justice from the law, I do still believe that it's better for a victim to not get justice than for you to put an innocent person in prison. Like, if you're a woman, think of it from the perspective.
It's better for somebody to not get justice than an innocent person to go to jail. There's literally so many. I feel like there's 3 sides to that coin. The third side would definitely be lurking. Thank you for the lurk. Thank you for the lurk. The third would definitely be a situation of where it's you want the best of both worlds, where the person gets the justice they want, but also you get to make sure that the person actually did the crime. You know what I'm saying? In America, it's not so clear cut. It's not so clear cut at all, bro. So that's why it's just fucking tough, bro. It's just so fucking tough to even have an opinion, bro. Cause you could have an opinion, put it out in the world, and next thing you know, you're wrong. Or you can put an opinion out, next thing you know, you're right. Then the next situation, you're wrong. But, everybody, you were right about the last situation. Why weren't you right about this one? Now you're pandering. Now you're da-da-da. And then people get angry. You can't please anybody. You never know. So in all honesty, literally just stay true to you, be a good person, and don't spread ill intent.
Of your brother or your son. And so that's why when it comes to situations like this, when it comes to sexual interactions, it's better to be safe than sorry. If you're a woman, you should be able to. It would be nice for you to be able to go over a guy's house that you're attracted to and even be chill, mess around with him a little bit,
but
make out.
In this world, it would be nice. It would be convenient. It would be great. That's what our parents literally always told us. It'd be great if I could literally not have to work all day. But the reality of the world is that's not the reality of the world. Therefore, I need you to lock the fuck in, okay? Okay? I need you to lock the fuck in with me, okay? And that's all there is to it, honestly.
You to feel comfortable being able to do that with 100% certainty that if you say, I don't want to have sex, he's going to stop and it's not going to take it all the way to that level. But because this is how shit is set up for the sake of protecting the most people, if you're not interested in having sex with a guy, do not go over his house. Definitely don't go in his bed. Don't be taking off your clothes.
I feel like you can still visit a friend's house. If you have a friend you don't intend on having sexual intercourse with, obviously you can go over their house. Just make that boundary very clear. And if that person doesn't respect it, new boundaries are set. We're no longer allowed to be around each other. I don't want communication with you. Those are my boundaries. Basically, this friendship is done. That is a boundary. And if you cross that boundary, and it's like the person on the receiving end isn't you know what I'm saying? Because sometimes you come back, hey, you know what I'm saying? I know you don't want to talk to me. My bad. I did this and that. That person's like, oh, well, I thought about it too. I'm perceiving it this way, or I'm thinking about going it this way, or they're like, I was wrong in how I reacted. However the case, it could go any way, whether it be friendships, relationships, shit, you and your dog. Goddamn. Yeah. It's insane, bro.
That's why I had placed so much importance on the phone. You feel me? In the second video where I was responding to Ty Lil, I was still saying
he was still wondering where the fuck that phone was. That was a whole cover story for her. That was literally the whole point. She was there. Where'd the phone go? What happened to the phone? Even way after when she's addressing new shit. What happened to the phone? Still, twin. What
Yo,
happened
but
to the
what
phone?
happened to the
Twin?
phone? Where's this broken phone? Where was the phone found? Who had the phone? Because I'll be real, and I had said this in my first video, but I cut it out. I edited it out because I thought it sounded. I felt like if if she did end up providing evidence that proved that Tylil really did that shit, you know what I'm saying, lured her back to the hotel with the phone and all that, I feel like it would have made me look so bad, bro. I
agree.
I rather the bros in the chat getting on me for saying, Don, you did sound a little too biased towards her. You gave her too much of the benefit of the doubt.
I'd rather
take that
than being like,
than
bro, you sound like you defending Tylil.
that sounded a little bit too cold and too harsh
or
to
like
women, and then it turned.
Or like it sound like you're taking Tylil's side and you're not taking into consideration the feelings of a woman who was assaulted. That's what it is. That's literally what it is. And it's okay. Because we know for what it is and the reality of it, you're concerned more about the actual assault than anything else. Literally nothing else matters. We want justice for an action that happened. If the action did not happen, we need justice for people like putting out false allegations.
Turns out she was telling the truth. But what I was going to say in my first video, and I edited it out, I'm of a position where I don't ever believe when a woman says a guy rapes me if she goes over to his house consensually. A girl goes on a date with a guy, you know what I'm saying? They're being romantic.
No. I disagree with that because it's like being in a relationship and saying your girl can't say no. She can still say no, even if you are in a relationship. You do not own that woman. She is not your property. If you think that way, you are a bitch, and you need to be taught that somebody needs to treat you like property then. Your girl need to, you know what I'm saying? Even in the worst times where you're like, I can't even get it up, they need to grab you up and treat you like that. Like how you think that person that you are with need to be treated or should be treated in your mind. That's completely out of whack and so wrong.
Intimate. She goes over his house of her own free will. My personal position on that shit is unless you got like, you look bad.
That's like you saying your sister went on a date with a dude. She went to his house after, you know what I'm saying? So he could get something. He invited her in to use the bathroom or something. And then he did that. She willingly did go to his house. She willingly did go on a date with him. That don't mean she consented to that relationship or that thing. That's like your wife being invited over to someone's house as a wedding or event planner, and then because she consensually went to his house, not consensually to have sex, but consensually went to his house for a certain purpose or reason, she shouldn't have had to go through that. Even if you like the person, you can like the person and still have your reservations. Like, I'm saving myself for marriage. You're not allowed to touch me. I might kiss you. I might cuddle up with you. That don't mean you have the right to go in my pants and shit. Then it means even like the Emeru situation. You feel like that she probably
bruised up, or there was an eyewitness, or someone heard you screaming or anything. A girl might go over a guy's house with the intention of like, you know, I like this guy, I'm interested in this guy, but I don't want to have sex with this guy. And my does this. Like, don't ever be dating a dude and then you go over his house and then you holler rape. If you do that, I'm not going to put that guy in prison. The only reason I was willing to like,
that's not a good look, bro.
And I said in the beginning of my video too, but you know, it is what it is. That's not a good look, bro. It is what it is. I'll admit it. I was a little bit, I was giving her a little extra benefit of the doubt because she's a black woman. If she was a white girl, I wouldn't. Come on, man. But you know what I'm saying? But is she a black woman? Black women are always talking about how black men don't stand up.
We advocate for women regardless, but I do say, I mean, my black women, you got to advocate a little bit harder because, I mean, we go through the same struggles. Like, I mean, let's be real.
For black women, bro. Black men don't fight for black women. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to give her the benefit of the doubt, bro. But again, the only reason I even did that was because of the phone story. This idea that, you know, Tylil hid the phone. He had her phone. He broke her phone. He told her, oh, the phone is back at the hotel room. But like I said, if a girl go over a dude's house consensually, and y'all are adults and it's obvious that bro is into you romantically, I don't want to hear it.
So you gotta put up with somebody who doesn't have a moral compass because you're like, oh, I like this dude or whatever. Yo, nephew, thank you for the gifted. W's in a fucking shot. Chicken pollo. Yo, on God, I'm not gonna lie. Rose said chicken. Oh God, this gonna be an edit, right? This gonna be a YouTube video right here. I need this one up. ASAP. We gotta be a little more instant with these motherfuckers. You feel me? We just gotta get to it. But you doing an amazing job. You already got your check for the week. I do pay my editor, gang. I do pay my editors. But yeah, no, this shit insane. This shit insane.
It'd be like a dude telling me that he went to a hood he's not from where he doesn't know anybody.
Greatly appreciated though.
And he
nephew.
went
Thank
with
you.
a bust down chain on, wearing, you know what I'm saying? He got on expensive shoes. He has on expensive clothes. And then he got robbed. And then he come to me being like, bro, we need to go to the police. Bro, nigga, I ain't going to the police with you, bro. Yeah, maybe you got...
That's fucked up. That's fucked up, Don. That's fucked up. Like, I mean, yeah, if you going to, granted, you go into the hood asking for that, like, but that don't mean that a man should be able to just, like, a man should not be able to press his sexual aggression on you just because you're in his vicinity, whether that be in his controlled environment or not. Don, you losing me, bro. You losing me, dog. We was here with it. We was here with it. Everything else we here with. This right here, I hope you see this video. Nephew, let's get this out. I need Don to see this. Cause like, it's just not a good, that's just not a good, it's not the same situation, bro. It's not. That's like saying if I go to a restaurant with a guy and he picks me up in his car, if he assaults me, cause that's his environment as well. It's just as much his home as it is, you know what I'm saying? Just like his home, his vehicle is a second place where he controls and he directs it. That's like saying, you know what I'm saying? How many people get assaulted in vehicles? People willingly get into Ubers and then get sexually assaulted. It's not the same thing, twin. And you said, I got daughters. Bro, like, yeah, it's just like you should have a little more sympathy in that regard. And that's my opinion. Like, we know he's a good person and he has all, you know what I'm saying, a good moral compass. It's just this thing right here, this talking point right here. I cannot say I agree with that.
Why'd you go there? Some places you're not supposed to go. And that's what I really believe.
That's like the argument. I like it. It brings me back to the argument. It's like saying if a girl wears a short skirt, she should be assaulted. No, they should be able to wear what the fuck they want without the worry of being assaulted for it. That's like relating assault to catcalling. If you see a girl, you're like, hey, how you doing? Like, you look good as shit across the street, and then I walk across to try to get her number. That's like catcalling or flirting, like openly. But if I go and grab her up and then take her into a back alley, those are not the same levels. She could go and be like, oh, this dude catcalled me, but he was kind of cute. But you know what I'm saying? That she has the option after that. You take away all option when you force yourself upon somebody.
When it comes to how women should move when they're dating men, don't go over a man's house if you're not interested. It is so difficult to prove that you were raped unless you got video.
They're rape kits. And if you immediately speak out about it, say like at a hospital, because a hospital, that's not going to be, that's HIPAA. You're not going to give that information out to just anybody. You can tell them and they can take it and present it to the police. And you can also press anonymously. There are different ways to go about it if the woman feels comfortable enough to do so. Sometimes that trauma just be so hard on them that they can't like go and do that for themselves. You know what I'm saying? And it's even hard enough to speak out for somebody else to go and do that for them. So when they come out and they speak on these things, they feel extremely safe to do so in the first place. Some people, they're a little more stern, they're a little more like, they're a little stronger than that, so they could just really just come out and tell people and stuff like that. Or they go to the internet. But not everybody's the same. Not everybody even mentally deal with the same things. So they'll process things completely differently. Why do you think some girls literally go and guys that go through that situation, they go and drop off a building, God forbid, without telling anybody? And that person who assaulted them just gets away with the shit. This topic is literally kind of like yo, like, this is not a good look, Don. I really just hope you look at this video, you see this video with the grace of God, like somehow you see this and you just like reconsider that. Cause that's like what my grandma literally used to tell me. And this is something that that really kind of like scarred me. My grandma told me, she told me, if you get arrested for something, you probably deserve to go to jail. You probably deserve to be there. And when I got arrested for skateboarding in Freedom Plaza in Washington, D.C., there was some kids that were robbing a CVS. A park police just came and randomly grabbed me up. Me and my friends, we tried to disperse that situation. We ran. It was an instinct to just run. And then lo and behold, I got caught. Bro tased me, face planted the front of a fucking a BMW. I remember specifically, blood all over my Go Skate Day shirt. I believe it was a 2015 Go Skate Day shirt. And then afterwards, I was arrested for the weekend. I had to go for a whole year to go and do piss tests and stuff like that. Just to, in the end, the judge told the arresting officer and the prosecutor that, Lex, remember you remember this. They told the prosecutor, we arrested the correct people. This guy was not involved. And the lady was turning red in her face trying to tell them that I need to be arrested. I need to be behind bars. And Holty, they're like, you have an innocent man. And then, it was wild as fuck. And my friends literally know about this shit. And that shit was insane. Bro, like, Don, this talking point is just kind of crazy. I've raised a daughter of my own, and she's not mine. My man's has a daughter. I don't think we going to have that same stance. You have a daughter. I don't think we should have that same stance. Just because somebody's in the same room as somebody doesn't mean, and they're in someone else's home, doesn't mean that they have they should be, if they're assaulted, they can't be believed. Like I said, even if you're in a relationship and someone says no, that means no. If you continue, you are assaulting that person. If someone's outside with a short skirt, that doesn't mean it's an invite for you to go and assault that person. There's so many different situations you can relate that to. Just to even utter those words, it's kind of crazy to me. Let's finish the video.
Recording or bruises on you. If you walk out of that door and you're all intact, no injuries, nobody heard you scream, no witnesses, no video recording, I can't put an innocent man in prison because there might have,
they may not be innocent though,
been some degree of miscommunication. This is why so few rape accusations result in convictions. It's like,
because they are hard to prove, because niggas are conniving and they know what they're doing. They know how not to leave bruises. Have we not heard of people like Ted Bundy and shit? Serial killers who, or serial, rapists that have gone out in the world and done things without a trace. Y'all don't watch Dexter? Didn't this nigga murder people without a trace? And motherfuckers study that shit. There are real biologists and things of that nature, people who know shit, that know how to cover shit up. That dumbass officers don't know how to deduce this was a cover-up. Holy fuck, bro. This is such an airball.
How is a police officer,
and I watch a lot of this nigga's videos, bro.
Investigator gonna prove beyond reasonable doubt that you didn't consent? How are they gonna prove that you actually said?
That's not for the cop to decide, I think. I think that's for, like, there are certain, departments for that specific thing. That's not for them to deduce. That's for somebody who, that's like asking a sketch artist, how can you take this description of somebody and then we match it to a person out there in IRL? You take the evidence that you have and then you go and use that evidence to get more evidence, and you compound your evidence until you find a reasonable suspect that you can interrogate and go through the processes and find out if they're innocent. People will have alibis. The internet is a thing. If this thing happened, granted, with sexual assault cases, if there's no activity online at that point in time, then yeah, it makes sense. But just like with this case with Ty Lil, she's actively communicating, wishing this man well in all these different things after the fact of when she was allegedly assaulted. So it's hard to believe in this case that she was assaulted, because most people get the fuck away from that person. That was one of his main points, is that why would she still be communicating me, telling me she not riding no Toyota? She's trying to see me, asking me what I'm doing after the fact. It looks a little bit more credible on his end. Not saying that we're taking his side, but it looks a little bit more credible. And then on her end, it looks crazy as hell. You're requesting money beforehand. You're talking to his girl and trying to get their relationship to be over with. You're going online and saying all these different things. And then after you say, I'm going to show you who I really am, you start throwing accusations of assault out. That seems like it's shifting more of the things, you know what I'm saying, more of the righteousness to his side. It's just that he's a cheater. You know what I'm saying? So that's how it looks. And it's just like, you know, outer opinions, none of us are going to be right. None of us are going to be right until, you know what I'm saying, everything comes to light. And that's why I like reacting to like Dante videos, because like he has a way of like kind of like keeping that level of like I'm not aware of the situation fully, so I'm not gonna speak on it in a way that I am fully aware of what's going on. And that's where I'm trying to stay, bro. So with that being said, because of this, you know what I'm saying, this type of situation and like how it's even being spoke about after the fact, when we're covering the details of everything, it's different. But when we're kind of like giving our opinions of how we feel on certain topics and things like that, things can start to get skewed, in my opinion. And I think I'm about done with the video. So W video, regardless of the fact, I still fuck with Don. And a lot of other things like spiritual things and stuff like that has nothing to do with other people, but more so of an internal thing. I just think that one point was kind of wild. W video though, thank you for watching. Hit that like button and subscribe to the noti bell. Make sure y'all comment down below if you agree with me and or the situation. Who do you think is on the right side of this all? We had the last situation, Emeru and Miss Kip situation. I didn't get to upload that, but if y'all still want to see it, just let me know in the comments, and we'll throw that up as an upload. We'll see y'all in the next one, though. This is game.